Hello, everyone. It's Debra Poneman, founder of Yes to Success Seminars, where we share knowledge and tools for you to live your ultimate life. Ageless, anti-aging for your brain, your body, and your future. And the Awake Method, because it's time for all of us to wake up. And I am coming to you from beautiful San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. And my question is, why is it that we see this growing energy of hate and discord around us these days? What's the deal? And why are so many people turning away from love and compassion? You know, in the Course in Miracles, it says, what is not love is always fear and nothing else. So according to the Course, all acts of hate or exclusion or feeling like you're superior than others are simply acts of fear. The Course teaches that in any given moment, we have a choice to choose either love or fear. And it goes on to say that love is our natural state and fear is manufactured by our minds. So why would our minds manufacture fear, especially because that fear keeps us from loving? Actually, what's really happening is that the ego is using fear as a way to protect itself from the future possibility of hurt, pain, rejection, humiliation, not feeling good enough. I'm going to repeat that. Our egos manufacture fear and otherness as a way to protect ourselves from the future possibility of being rejected or humiliated or not feeling good enough, etc. So the Course says that the ego is certain that love is dangerous. My friend Robert Holden, in his book Lovability, Robert is a Hay House author who also wrote the book Shift Happens. If you've ever been to one of those big Hay House live events, you know that he's always there. Anyway, he also asks in his book Lovability, why is the ego so afraid of love? He goes on to explain that we have to remember that the ego is not who we really are. The real you is not afraid of love because the real you is love and nothing but love. But when we believe the most basic fear, which is that we are not lovable, everything is frightening, including love. So how do we move out of this cage of feeling unlovable so that through love we can enter that heart space that's the portal to everything we want to be and do and have and how we want to contribute to the world? Well, as they say, whoever they is, the only way out is through. The great New Thought teacher Emmett Fox says, there is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer, no disease that enough love will not heal, no door that enough love will not open, no gulf that enough love will not bridge, no wall that enough love will not throw down, no sin that enough love will not redeem. It goes on to say, or he goes on to say, it makes no difference how deeply seated may be the trouble or how great the mistake. Sufficient realization of love will resolve it all. If only you could love enough, you would be the happiest and most powerful being in the world. Love, Emmett Fox. It's kind of similar to what I see when people are waiting for everything to be perfectly in place before they start their life's work because they're afraid of failure. When the truth is that there's no such thing as failure. And what you think is failure that holds you back from taking a leap in your work or your career, it's just, again, a trick the ego plays to make you think it's important what other people think. Failure in whose eyes? The ego is what plants in your soul all those manufactured what ifs. What if I'm wrong and this is a terrible idea? What if I lose my life savings? What if someone rips me off or has a better idea? The ego is what makes us not put ourselves out there too much, so we never become as great as we're meant to become. But greatness is not that you never fall down. Greatness is that you always get back up and keep on going. People do the same thing with love. The ego tries to micromanage the situation so that people think they need to have everything in place before they love. The ego wants assurances, but that's not love. Love has no agenda. Real love doesn't look for assurances because real love is not interested in outcomes. Real love is not about trying to get something. Giving love is its own reward. When the outcome doesn't matter, that's love. Love is diving into the great unknown. Love is in the present moment. It isn't cautious because of the past or guarded because of the future manufactured in our minds. These are truly the days of miracles and wonders. We depend on miracles, but the miracles are waiting on the other side of the risks. The Course says every time you withhold love, you are deflecting a miracle. When you love without any thought but to give love for its own sake, whatever happens, damn the torpedoes, that's when you'll not be deflecting your miracles. That's when you come into alignment with all the miracles that are just waiting to flow to you. And by the way, I'm not just talking about romantic love. Many are afraid of giving love to their friends or their neighbors or their coworkers or those that they perceive as the other. One thing you could do when it feels difficult to give love is to give thanks in advance, have gratitude in advance. Say, thank you, God, of my understanding for this love that is now flowing effortlessly from my heart. And that tiny bit of gratitude will illuminate and surround the situation. And when you want to heal something with someone and return to love, but there's fear of saying, for example, please forgive me, or I really want whatever's between us to go away, don't forget, you can do one other thing. Locate the contraction, the fear in your body and breathe into that sensation. Every emotion we have has a corresponding sensation somewhere in the body. And when fear shows up, locate it. Might be in your throat, in your heart, in your gut. Breathe into it. And often you'll find that just that simple act, just breathing into that area, the sensation will disappear along with the fear it's linked to. In fact, this moment in time right now is an opportunity that we've all been given to counteract the energy of fear on earth. And if enough of us radiate love, we have the chance and the power to triumph over the energy of fear that seems to have engulfed our world. The magnificent spiritual medium and teacher Patricia Cota-Robles says, I've quoted this many times, I hope I get it right. She says, everyone who is accepted to be here on earth at this time is here for a great purpose. Many tens of thousands were turned away. We're here not because we're better, but because the Creator, Father, Mother, God, felt that we were the ones who had a better chance of staying focused on the light. We had a better chance of staying focused on the light. Good for us. It seems that we are in the middle of a war, and the war is between the light and the dark. And you have the chance, actually the sacred duty, to be warriors for the light, warriors for love. That's why you were born at this time. And it's not the sacred duty of everyone who is born at this time, but it is your sacred duty. You volunteered. If you weren't one of the ones who volunteered, you wouldn't be listening to this message right now. You know that, right? So I invite you to remember who you are and why you were born at this time, and stop withholding love and deflecting the miracles that are waiting for you on the other side of fearlessly giving love, and to remember you are lovable. You really, really are. So have a great week, and remember, we're in this together. Sending love.